What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday. I'm back, and today we've got not a new song. We've got an older song. I'm doing the PRAWN song by SUPERORGANISM. I really like this song. It's very catchy. It's very silly. Lyrics are there is actually some depth there, but they're kind of goofy for the most part. Before I get into it, a few things. Got my coffee, as always. The milk frother has not been working very well lately, so my coffee is not like I like it. But I'll live. It's a small problem. A few things before we get started. Like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. It always makes me feel, like what I'm doing is interesting to people. I'm not a professional musician or reviewer. I'm not an expert. So please don't expect me to be getting too into the weeds on this stuff. And don't be a dick. This song may not be your favorite, although I think it's hard to get too worked up about it. It's pretty chill musically. But you may not like the song, you may not like me. That's okay. But let's try to keep it positive. All right. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. This is the PRAWN song by SUPERORGANISM.
Woke up from a daydream, realized that the world's gone crazy. You people are all the same, going blah blah blah, going bang bang bang. Oh, I'm a laid back girl, floating in the sun, looking down at the world. Oh, just sipping is kind of my thing. You do you, I'll do me, chilling at the bottom of the sea. Seen a prawn cause of World War? Have you ever kissed a prawn, got a cold sore? Have you ever seen a prawn kick a cough? Have you ever seen a prawn in a pair of handcuffs? Oh, you people make the same mistakes over and over. It's really kinda dumb. Oh, slow learning's kind of your thing. You do you, I'll do me, chilling at the bottom of the sea.
I really like that song. So, like I said, there's some meaning to the lyrics, right? If you want to get really, let's say, pretentious, you could talk about how it's commentary on, frustration with humanity, and you could get into that if you wanted to. I'm gonna stick with it's mostly just sort of a silly song. But good point. I've never seen a prawn start a world war. I don't know what prawn warfare is like in the ocean, but I imagine that it's a lot more old-fashioned. I really like Superorganism. They remind me a little bit of, I don't know, maybe the Beatles. When the Beatles were getting really experimental. Like, I'm a Beatles fan. Sgt. Pepper's and on. I don't like their pop music. I don't find it very interesting. And frankly, their pop music wasn't very interesting. They were making the same kind of stuff that a lot of people were making. Yes, they had, been massively successful, but their early stuff was not groundbreaking. It was just sort of pop music. Sgt. Pepper's was groundbreaking. Sgt. Pepper's changed the way, records were made. And then you had Magical Mystery Tour, which again, I'm not here to say all those songs are good, because they're not. There are songs on those albums that I don't like. But they were pushing boundaries and getting experimental. They were trying new stuff. They were creating new ways to actually record the music, to filter the instruments. And what you got was, you got music that didn't sound like anybody else. I'm not going to go quite that far with Superorganism, because, the Beatles kind of revolutionized the whole industry. But Superorganism does a really good job of throwing in, just weird instrumentation. They throw in weird synth sounds. It's not super straightforward. The songs themselves, are pretty much a standard verse, chorus, verse. That part is not particularly groundbreaking. But the way they do the instrumentation, the synths and stuff, it's really interesting. I think it's really, really clever. They, using toy pianos and I don't know what all. They use a lot of different stuff. And Orono, who's the lead singer, I really like her voice. She has a really, really good, I think the word I want to use is resigned. Right? Or worn out. Right? She just has a very, kind of over it voice. I'm singing, but I'm tired. Right? That's kind of how I would put it. And I think it really works. She has a good voice. She hits the notes well and all that stuff. But I also like her delivery. I think the delivery contributes a lot. Obviously, if you've been here for a while, that I like videos. And the story this video tells, again, it kind of goes along with the song, which is sort of nonsensical. But I really like this video. I think they did a really cool job with it. I like how you've got the fish floating in the open world, right? Just walking along, and there's, I believe those were manta rays. No, it's just regular stingrays chasing the guy. I like the way that, right, blended reality, right? This is what AR is. This is what that's what the whole point of Pokemon Go, right? Is you can put these objects in the real world that sort of look like they belong there, but they're just simulated. And that's really cool. I think that worked. I like the little spiel at the end by the Dolphins about superorganisms, right? A superorganism is a thing. The band, now it seems like there might have been some controversy around one of the members of the band, who I believe is no longer in the band. So I don't know all the details there, but let me just state that if there's good reason for someone not to be in the band anymore, I'm glad they're not. But the way this band got formed was like a bunch of British people found Orono's music, I think, and they sort of did a overseas collaboration, sort of like the Postal Service. Yeah, they're touring. They put out a new album. I like them. They're a combination of like a children's band to me, like the Wiggles or Raffi, or those are the only two I really know. What's another children's band? Well, kind of like those two. They kind of combine that sort of music with like toy pianos and sort of intentionally silly lyrics with a much more mature and sophisticated approach, with also some subject matters that are not, like kid friendly. I really like them, and I think that'll do it for this one today. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water, and don't talk to cops.